Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So I want first thank Lieutenant Governor Rutherford, Mr. Paul Beatty, for supporting this event today. Very, very generous. It's very fitting that we hold this in this the State House here, which I'll get into in a minute. But thank you very much, sir. I also want to recognize the following people for taking the time to support the internships at the Coast Guard Yard in many ways. First of all, Mr. Al Curry, the Deputy Assistant Commandant for Engineering and Logistics, Captain Webb, Coast Guard Chief of Naval Engineering, Mr. Cry, who's the Director of the Trans-Tech Seagoing Pathways Program at New Era Academy, Dr. Booker, the Principal of New Era Academy, who we'll hear from in a few minutes, Ms. Mills, representing Plank Industries and Port Covington Development, Mr. Murray, Kirk Murray from Anne Arundel County Workforce Development Corporation, appreciate it. Also want to thank Mr. Scott Travers, who's here on behalf of Senator Van Hollen, and Heather Campbell, who's here on behalf of Senator Cardin. So thank you very much for your support and for being here today. I also want to acknowledge really the strong support from Baltimore, Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and Arundel County, and all the sponsors I just mentioned of the program who've made this possible. That includes Anne Arundel County Workforce Development Corporation, YouthWorks, and Plank Industries. Without their support, certainly this wouldn't happen. I also want to thank a couple of yard employees who were really instrumental in getting this off the ground. Certainly last year, Lamont McLeod, but this year, Tim Fields, Claude Lamb, John Brigade, Roger Taylor, and all the yard mentors, people who are here today. Very much appreciate that. And Walt Brooks, who's the president of the union at the Coast Guard Yard, who also made this possible. I'm incredibly proud and really amazed of the work that was done over the summer and all really the personal investment for people who have worked in the yards for decades and decades and really give back and help make this program successful. So for those of you who don't know, since 1899, the yard's been part of Baltimore and Anne Arundel County. Interesting, we're split in half, okay? It's great because you get to have support from both places. We're also the only shipyard that the Coast Guard has, and we're the largest industrial facility in the entire Department of Homeland Security. But really, the impacts of the yard are felt around the world. So literally every ship that's put to sea over the last century that is wearing a Coast Guard racing stripe on it has either been built at the Coast Guard Yard, maintained, or renovated there. And that spirit lives throughout the workforce. So you think about that, tens of thousands of lives have been saved, trillions of dollars worth of economic commerce protected, our borders protected, our economy, and our environment. And all of that is made possible by the men and women who've worked at the yard for the last 119 years. But that work is really made possible not just by the people who've worked in the past and the present, but also the future. The fact is there will not be a Coast Guard Yard in 119 years if we don't invest in the future, and that's why we're here today. We've got, in the shipyard, we've got people who've worked there for, the record's 53 years right now. Okay, imagine that, working at the yard for 53 years. Okay, there's an incredible amount of knowledge in these very senior people. And in order for the yard to be successful in the future, you've got to replenish that resource over time. And part of that is transferring that knowledge from the senior employees, the people who have been there for a long time, to the new folks coming in the front gate. That's not just critical for the yard, but it's also critical for the entire Coast Guard. All those good things I talked about the yard does for the Coast Guard, that's only possible if we continue to build the workforce. So the students here today got a taste of what it's like to be part of the yard legacy. You work over the summer, you work side by side with some of the best in the industry, people that have incredible talents. And you got a chance to do things like, weld, fit pipes, run wire, and paint ships, right? So hopefully it was a little fun. But the students here didn't just learn trades, they also learned about leadership, life skills, about time management. Those are really important things, not just working in the Coast Guard or the Coast Guard Yard, but those are really life skills and important things no matter what you do, whether you work coming out of high school or whether you go to college. So I'm hopeful, though, that some of the interns that spent the summer here and have spent a year will come back and work full-time at the yard in the future, because in case you haven't heard, we are hiring, by the way. And we only hire the best of the best. So I'm really excited about the success of all the internship programs. And there's 3 of them that we're recognizing today from New Era Academy, one that's funded by Anne Arundel County Workforce Development Corporation, and then of course our own Coast Guard funded internship program. One of the things I'd be remiss before I wrap up is that, and I just want to provide some evidence that these internship programs are so important. If you look in the back row, there's a number of very senior employees that have worked here that have all come out of these internship programs. Some from Anne Arundel County Workforce Development Center, some from Baltimore City Trade Schools. So these are real things that we rely on for the future of the yard. And so I thank you all very much for your continued support of this, and I congratulate the students for your work over the summer. So thanks. And with that, I want to introduce Mr. Michael Cry, the Director of Trans-Tech Seagoing Pathways Program at New Era Academy, and I'll ask him to make a couple of remarks. Thanks.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here with you, and thank you, Coast Guard, thank you, Deputy Governor, and thank you to the students here that are from New Era Academy, from Anne Arundel County, et cetera. This is a program that demonstrates what we can do to bring America back to the way it has been in the past. And those of you who have taken the time to mentor the students this summer, those of you who have chosen to be involved in this program, thank you all, because your effort, your willingness to participate is a key to the success of our programs going forward. The Seagoing Pathway at New Era Academy is a CTE program, and from the Baltimore City Public Schools, and it is a program that has recently, just in the past 2 years, come to New Era Academy. It was previously located at a different place. Last year, we only had 2 graduates of the program, but I had asked one of our students from last year, who is now working for McAllister Towing, to come to the program with us today. The kids from New Era know this young man. His name is Daquan Shackelford. Daquan is working at McAllister Towing. He is on duty right now, so he could not come today. But what he did do was send me a note saying that if I hadn't met you all, when I did, I don't know what I would be doing right now. He truly believes that this program and the opportunities that this program, the New Era Seagoing Pathway, gave him an opportunity that he would not have had, and he would not be grounded today. So thank you for the program. Thank you for the efforts that you're making. And thank you, students, for sticking it out and looking toward your future. Thank you.
So now I'd like to introduce Dr. Booker, the principal of New Era Academy.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for all coming out to help us celebrate our students. Good morning, students. It's good to see you here today. It's been an awesome opportunity. I want to thank the Lieutenant Governor for allowing us this opportunity to be here today, and for Captain Lake for being so open and available to adjust with our students during the school year. We've had an awesome advisory board with Congressman Elijah Cummings, and our steering committee have worked extremely hard all school year to provide opportunities for you. Our goal at New Era Academy is to make sure that we give our students exposure to new things. We know that in order for students to excel and to move further ahead in life, they have to see new opportunities and have new experiences. With the help of our advisory board and our steering committee and Captain Lake and the Coast Guard, we've been able to provide that for our students. We were able to adjust our schedules for students to be able to leave school and be able to do internships during the school year. We were fortunate enough to partner with Plank Industries opportunities to provide funding for our students to have internships during the summer and work, and so we are extremely grateful. I'm really excited that you had an awesome opportunity this summer, and we're looking forward to what you're going to do in the future. We'll be partnering with all of our partners and our teams to make sure that we provide additional opportunities for you. So congratulations. We're glad to be here to celebrate with you today, and we're looking forward to what you will do in the future. Thank you.
Thanks. And now I'd like to introduce Ms. Mills from the Port Covington Development Team and associated with Plank Industries.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad I like when people speak back. That's excellent. First, thank you to the Lieutenant Governor for hosting us this morning. This is certainly an excellent place to have a ceremony. And I want to thank Captain Lake, Captain Cry, Dr. Booker, the team at New Era, and everyone at the Coast Guard Yard for working to provide this wonderful opportunity for these students this summer. Young people, we are proud of you. We are so proud of you. And you probably hear that a lot today and wonder how people like me, who you've never met before today, could be proud of you. And you may wonder if we even mean it. Well, we do, and I'll tell you why. You could have been doing a lot of different things this summer, but you chose to be here. You chose to work hard, you chose to learn new skills, you chose to challenge yourselves, step outside your comfort zone, and grow. And because of that choice that each of you made, we are all immensely proud of you. Remember the people who helped you this summer, who took the time to teach you. We all need mentors in our life to guide, support, and believe in us, so continue to lean on those people. We know that the end of this experience is just the beginning for you, if you choose to continue making choices like the ones you made this summer. Keep choosing to get up every day early and show up. Keep choosing to work hard. Keep choosing to learn new skills and challenge yourself. If you continue to make those kinds of choices, there is no limit to what you can accomplish. The Port Covington Development Team is so proud to be able to sponsor this program and definitely looks forward to continue doing it. And again, we're proud of you. Keep up the great work, young people.
And now it's my honor to introduce Lieutenant Governor Rutherford. Sir.
Thank you. Thank you, and welcome to our historic State House. It's glad to have everyone here to host this wonderful occasion. I want to thank, of course, the United States Coast Guard, Captain Lang, thank you very much, New Era Academy, Plank Industries, Pathways, Kurt's group, good to see Kurt Murray, he's a longtime friend, and congratulations to all of you. You know, as was just mentioned a few moments ago, we are proud of you. We're very proud of the commitment that you've made to explore new things, to develop skills, and I'm quite sure it was both fascinating and challenging and something that you'll always remember. I have a link to the Coast Guard, and I have a link to the Coast Guard Yard. As was mentioned, Captain Lake said, all of the cutters in the last century that have been either built there or maintained there include my dad's Coast Guard vessel, the East Wind. He was a Coast Guardsman. And so I'm very proud to always have an opportunity to do anything with the Coast Guard, and particularly the yard that has been there since 1899. You now are part of history. You are now part of something that is greater than just yourselves. And I want to appreciate, express the state's appreciation for what you're doing. It's programs like this that help to develop that skill set and the workers of the future. And while I say that, I don't want to, forget about those gentlemen and ladies who are working at the yard now and all the great work that you're doing. And thank you very much. And thank you for mentoring these young people and helping them become the workforce of the future, not just at the yard, but in other places. We are a seagoing country. We have a lot of land mass, but we have 2 seas, we have inland lakes, we have the largest estuary in the country with the Chesapeake Bay. We need people who are going to work on these vessels. We need people to join the Coast Guard as well. And so I really appreciate all that you all are doing. Your work is what we do every day here in the administration in terms of trying to make Maryland better, changing it for the better. And so with that, I want to again thank everyone who's been very much involved in this. You know, as you can probably tell, I'm excited. Some of you are not as excited as I am. I'm excited about it. And I can tell you work so hard, you have holes in your pants. So, you know, he was down on his knees working. You didn't have him scrubbing the decks, did you? But, you know, I appreciate you guys being here, and so thank you very much.
Call your name if you would come up. We've got actually 3 things for you. One is a completion certificate from the Coast Guard Yard, and then there's letters of congratulations from Senator Van Hollen and Senator Cardin. So thank you again for their staff for bringing those. And so I'm now going to call some folks up. We'll first start with the New Era Academy interns. Ahmad Johnson, come on up. Okay. Anton Beck. Congratulations. Erica Lee. Jamil Mitchell, sorry. I apologize. Malachi Caldwell. Marquise McElveen. Timothy Scurry. And Tyra McManus. So now we've got this is the full year internship program. This is the one that is sponsored by the Coast Guard Yard. These are pathways. Cameron Garrison. Travis Nunley. Tyshira House. Timothy Booker. Gerald Gardner. Davion Thomas. Sedgwick Chase. So I want to thank everybody for coming here today, and thanks again, Lieutenant Governor Rutherford and all the folks that took times out of their schedule to be here, and congratulations to the students, and we do have some cake and a few other things over there, so feel free to stick around. Thank you very much.
Make sure I see everybody's beautiful face there. Gentlemen, that's it. In the black shirt, over just a little bit more this way. Just a little, that's perfect. That's good. It's pretty good to me. Okay, everybody right here. Thank you very much. I appreciate your patience.